Are you free, available Wednesday or next week to have a claim?
Recording in progress.
Good morning. I'd like to call the Tuesday, December 21st meeting of the St. Joseph County Board of Commissioners to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, first order of business, opening and reading of bids. There are none. Moving on to reports and requests. First item on the Commissioner's portion is the accounts payable docket. Is there a motion?
A motion to approve the accounts payable docket.
Second. Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Castelny, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right. Next, we have appointments to the Area Plan Commission. I will now open nominations.
Nomination is Phil Sutton.
Any other nominations? I will close the nominations. All those in favor of appointing Phil Sutton to the Area Plan Commission?
I have a question.
Yep.
The citizen had a comment on this. Are they able to speak about that?
At the end of the meeting. Yeah.
You could vote to suspend the rules and allow comment. It would take two of you, three of you to do so.
Okay, because somebody has a question about this, so I'm going to make a motion to suspend the rules to listen to citizen comment.
Second. Motion is second.
All right, Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
How vote aye?
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Castelny, how do you vote?
Aye.
Floor is yours.
Need your name and address for the record?
Okay, Deborah Durrell, 21677 Otten Road, South Bend, Indiana, 4662.
Deborah, could you speak just a little louder? Because we have...
Oh, sure. Okay, so my question is regarding the appointment of Mr. Phil Sutton to the Area Plan Commission. I'm wondering mainly two things about that. Number one, what is the process beyond today regarding that? And secondly, what indication do we have that Mr. Sutton's personal and professional values do not conflict with the Purdue Extension work and the Area Plan Commission work? I have reasons for asking this, and I'm just hoping that due diligence has been followed. So those two questions: what is the process beyond today, and what evidence do we have that Mr. Sutton's values are not, that he does not have a conflict of interest?
Okay, thank you for those questions. To my knowledge, this appointment came from Abby Wiles,
Right.
head of our Area Plan Commission, and has thought he would be a good fit. And then I don't delve into because he's no longer with Purdue Extension. So, I mean, they would be, I don't know how those would come into conflict if he's no longer working with that entity.
He is replacing Rachel Rawls, who by law was the appointment to the Area Plan Commission from the Purdue Extension.
Right.
And his former employment, and so that has been given as a reason for his
Right,
appointment to replace Rachel.
But it is an appointment by statute of the Purdue Extension. So the same question would be asked about Rachel, who was an actual
And she
employee
did support.
of,
She did support the Purdue Extension's work.
right? But that's not germane to this, Frank.
Okay, so by statute, Rachel, the Purdue Extension Director, if they live in the county, has to be on the Area Plan Commission. When Rachel resigned because she took another position, it's currently vacant. So Purdue Extension has an interim director who's from Lake County. So in the interim, to fill the seat on the Area Plan Commission, Abby is asking that Phil Sutton, a former Purdue Extension Director who currently lives in the county, fill it up until Purdue hires a county extension director, at which point by statute, she has to come back and have you appoint them, but that person would be on the Area Plan Commission. So hopefully this is a very temporary appointment, because we're hoping Purdue acts very quickly in filling Rachel's position with somebody who lives in the county, but until that happens, Abby's just requesting that that seat be filled with someone until Purdue makes that appointment. So it really is not a long-term appointment, it's just until we can get somebody, or until Purdue can get somebody in there.
So we had a motion, do we have a second?
Yes, we had a second.
And ready for a vote?
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Castelny, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Could I just say too, that from the letter that we got from Abby, it just says the staff is requesting Phil's appointment to the Area Plan Commission for a period not to exceed for 1 year. So it's just going to be that, like what Frank said, more of a temporary thing to fill in the slot, so.
I
Till we
hope
get
it's
some,
less than a year. There's a lot of important work happening.
that's what it said. So anyway, that's what we're moving forward with, the helping her.
All right, appointments to the redevelopment commission. I will now open up nominations.
I would like to nominate Dennis Jordan.
And we've got 2 more.
I'd like to nominate Tyler Gilliam. I'd like to nominate Brian Pulaski.
Are there any other nominations?
This is number C.
Hearing none, I will close nominations. All those in favor of reappointing Dennis Jordan and Brian Pulaski and appointing Tyler Gillian to the St. Joseph County Redevelopment Commission, and the term is an annual term. Please.
Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right. Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye for all 3.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
And Commissioner Castelny, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, next we have an acceptance letter of engagement from AAK Law regarding Superior Construction Company.
The county has a proposed liability of north of $2 million on this case. It is a matter that's going to require specialized experience, training, and knowledge. We have a partner at our law firm who has a focus on construction law, and should we take this out, we'd probably have to find a law firm in Indianapolis that would charge a higher rate than what's being proposed. We're asking that this be approved, and that way we can give additional focus to this matter to reduce, if not eliminate, liability for the county.
Questions, comments, Mr. Mish? Is there a motion?
There's a motion for the law order here with the AAK Law Superior Construction Company.
So is that a motion to affirm the engagement letter?
Yes.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Castelny, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you so much.
We also have an acceptance letter of engagement from AAK Law regarding the Clevin family case. Counselor.
Similar to the last one, the Clevin matter is a high-profile and very sad case that the county's going to be dealing with. And again, this engagement letter gives us the opportunity to focus a staff member and attorney on this case to ensure that it's handled appropriately for the county.
Any questions or comments? Is there a motion?
A motion to accept the letter of engagement for the Cleveland, is it Cleveland family?
Clevin.
Clevin family.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Castelny, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, approval of Resolution R30C2021, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of St. Joseph County, Indiana, authorizing a transfer of certificate of delinquent real estate tax sale lien to the City of South Bend Department of Redevelopment. So this is, in fact, we had a press conference earlier, or at the end of last week, as it relates to this. So this is transferring the lien, delinquent real estate lien to the city of South Bend for the old Drury's property. Anything else that I missed?
Nope. The city will be passing a similar resolution ordinance today and accepting the transfer, and it will be the city's ball to carry from here.
I think this, again, is an example of our partnership with the city of South Bend. We oftentimes, if we've got property that is sitting there, and especially in this case, it's dilapidated, anything we can do to help get it back in the hands of people who will develop it properly and get it back on the tax sale and also help out that neighborhood. Commissioner Dieter.
I don't know if you saw, there was a report, good investigative reporting by WSBT. There are several, I think 2 to 3 tenants out there. So who currently is responsible for the building? Is that us or the city?
So currently, we have the lien rights to it, and so we could pick up the ball and try and evict, but the city with taking it over, it'll be their responsibility going forward.
Okay, because in the report, the city was taken off guard that anybody was there. So I'm just looking for our liability if something happens. I don't know why utilities weren't checked to see whose name there, because there's a bicycle people do stuff. There is a lawn care service there and another company. So, but the county is not responsible, or is the city responsible, or a combination of both?
They're trespassers at this point, so liability for a landowner to a trespasser is almost nothing. It's very limited circumstances, and so I would say it's.
Was it up to us or the city to go?
You guys are gonna vote on this and sign off, and it's gonna be the city's issue today.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve this resolution, R-30-C-2021, for St. Joseph County authorization of the transfer of certificate of delinquent real estate tax sale
Second.
to the city.
Motion is second. Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Castelny, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, acceptance of quote for exterminating services, Orkin Pest Control.
Yes, Helen Watuski, Maintenance Department, basement of the County City Building, 235-9666. We are asking for a renewal of the contract for Orkin Pest Control Service for next year. The current contract expires December 31st, 2021. There will be no price increase for next year.
Any questions for Ms. Helen? Is there a motion?
There's a motion to accept this.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Aye. Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Castelny, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Ellen. So how many hours are you going to be on the organ this holiday season?
Enough.
All right,
Yeah,
excellent.
thank you.
Excellent. Moving on to the county police, approval of First Amendment to operating agreement with Aramark Correctional Services, LLC, for the provision of food service at the St. Joseph County Jail. Mr. Troy.
Thank you. Troy Warner, I'm in-house legal attorney for the Sheriff and the County Police Department with an office inside the county jail, 401 West Sample Street. This is a contract extension for the food services for the jail. The original contract was signed by the previous sheriff and approved by the commissioners back in 2018. This contract actually expired in March. We had some management issues and other issues kind of late 2020, early 2021 with Aramark. Those issues have been more than resolved, and we're comfortable now at going forward with another extension onto that agreement. This does increase prices about 5%. They've not been increased since 2019, so it was time for an increase in the food prices. That's all I have.
Any questions or comments?
How many companies bid on that?
Originally, I don't think there was any bids in I wasn't with the sheriff then. My understanding is there was no bids on that because it's a specialty. We did call around earlier this year, back in March when this came up, and it's kind of difficult to find somebody. You're talking about each inmate 21 meals a week, 3 times a day. we had trouble finding people that were interested in potentially
That
doing
was
this,
what-
but
Because people, why is that put out? Well,
especially,
I
you
don't
know, the
think there's
rates,
a lot
you're
of
talking
companies that will be able to-
$1.29 a meal. So,
Right.
you know, we talked to some caterers and food service folks, and we didn't really find any interested folks. They did switch a manager, change management earlier this year, and there's been a total reversal since the management
For all the
switched
stuff,
over.
that's a very good price.
The food's doing okay for everybody then? Okay, good.
Any other questions or comments? Is there a motion?
A motion to approve this agreement with Aramark Correctional Services for the provisions of food service for the St. Joseph County Jail.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Castelny, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Moving on to infrastructure planning and growth, we have a consent agenda. I'll note irrevocable letters of credit for Northbrook Shores and Bradford Shores, sections 3 and 4. Any questions or comments regarding any of these items? Is there a motion?
A motion to approve this consent agenda.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Castelny, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Moves us to old business, which there is none. Before public comments, I will note the Board of Commissioners will be having a claims meeting next Wednesday at 10 a.m. It'll be December 29th. This is because we did not have a claims meeting planned that day or for that week, but since we've made a change to how we are processing payments, then we'll be in need of doing that next week as well. So 10 o'clock, probably in this space on Wednesday, the 29th. Any public comments? Hearing or seeing none? Motion to recess is in order.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Castelny, how do you vote?
Aye.
We are in recess.